Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's it's Michael B, and I want to talk about something that's a little bit of a theory of mine right now regarding Arcade1Up and their roadmap for 2025. We talked about it a little bit on Super Game Room Dudes last night, so today I wanted to expand it and give you my full reason for the way I think Arcade1Up is going to produce cabs in 2025. So that's right, guys. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Arcade1Up's potential roadmap or their production plans for 2025 based on what we've seen so far. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate your support. If this is your first time to the channel and you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notification, all that YouTube stuff. So last night on Super Game Room Dudes, we did have a little bit of a discussion on Arcade1Up and what they're bringing out so far this year and what that means for the company. And the theory came up that Arcade1Up is mainly going to focus on reruns in 2025. Now, of course, that was the first thing we saw with Arcade1Up's CES announcement, or really lack of a CES announcement. We were expecting new products, but they told us that their Fast and the Furious cabinet was in fact back in stock and we could pick it up in stores again. So there was rerun number 1 of 2025. Now, this, of course, has been recently followed up with this shipping data that P-Dub shared in the Super Game Room Dudes Facebook page. We talked a little bit about it last night, so it looks like 2 more products are on their way from Arcade1Up. And is it new product? No, it's in fact more of something that we have seen a lot in the past. You guessed that right. It's Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. So it looks like we're getting 702 containers of Pac-Man. Then they say Classic SE arcades. So Pac-Man Classic are the Walmart branded arcades. Then there's the SE biome, which raises a little bit of question. Then underneath that, looks like we're getting the Miss Pac-Man Classic SE, 702 containers there. Might be the same container. I don't really know how this port data works, but it looks like we're getting 2 new cabs from Arcade1Up, and it looks like these are in fact reruns again. So, of course, if you head on over to Walmart.com, you can go check out what exactly the classic arcades are. They list them as legacy cabs, but these are the classic Arcade1Ups. Here's a better example. This is the Miss Pac-Man Classic, but in blue. Arcade1Up, Miss Pac-Man Classic Arcade, $2.99, currently out of stock, but you can take a look at that. It seems like this is more of what's coming in. Then, of course, you get your game list on the actual front of the cab, the kick plate. No more coin door. They're back to the games and titles. There's a look down. It's basically a recreation of the last Miss Pac-Man cab that came out. There's the actual height. Again, these don't come with a riser or a light-up marquee. There's the side view. There's the box. So they come in like a legacy-style box. And there's another look at the cab. So that's the Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. Now, of course, this is the Pac-Man Classic, very similar to the Miss Pac-Man Classic, all the same things, no light-up marquee, doesn't come with a riser, and instead of a coin door, it has the game names there on the front. These are the 2 cabinets that are coming over. The only question mark, of course, goes back to that SE thing. As we know, Pac-Man's 45th anniversary is coming up in May, so while these are reruns, it looks like you can guarantee it's going to have the same games list, pretty much the same UI, all that stuff. It may actually have something special for the anniversary, and that's what the SE may stand for, Special Edition. Time will tell, so it may be more of a rehash than a rerun, but essentially, it's still a rerun. So I guess the question now is this what Arcade1Up's going to be doing in 2025? I know personally, that's not what I want to see them do. And I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom here. I want them to be successful. It's just seeing their first 3 releases of 2025 so far. No big announcements about new product and potential reruns coming out. It seems like there's a pattern developing here. Now, Is there information or reason to support this? Well, I'm glad you asked. So now I want to take you guys back to July of 2024. And at that time, we got a very interesting announcement coming from Arcade1Up that they just secured $20 million in business credit. Now, at the time, I actually took this as good news. Arcade1Up has money now. Maybe they can make some new products, make some new games. We could get some cool stuff. But after looking further into this actual document and really reading what the message is, this was actually some pretty concerning stuff, because in it, the loan is actually against their account receivables, so it's a really high interest, difficult loan to get that you do in desperate times. Then on top of it, the acting CEO, CFO, Dora, indicates that this is 100% for cash flow. So the company is, in fact, in a cash flow crunch, which means they literally are running on gas right now. I've ran businesses. Anybody who's ran a business understands what a cash flow crunch is. It means you don't have the funds necessary basically to operate. So with this in mind, if they are running on a shoestring budget, it makes sense that the company hasn't invested in new IPs, hasn't done any research and development on designing a new cabinet in a new cabinet form factor, went out and got new licenses, actually brought a game in and did the technical developments in order to get it running on an Arcade1Up, because Arcade1Up doesn't simply port a ROM onto their system. It actually has to be developed to work with their online infrastructure, all that stuff. So that's a lot of expense. So it seems like the easiest thing for Arcade1Up to do is what they did last year. Take existing IPs, put a fresh lick of paint on them, and send them out again, these rehashes. And there's no two ways to put this. Last year was a total bummer from longtime fans, because all it was rehashes, re-releases, and in some instances, they made new cabinet designs that were actually offensive to longtime fans. However, this year we have hope. We have hope that Arcade1Up had a rough year last year, but they're going to turn a page and do new things this year. Well, it doesn't seem to be going in that direction. You want further proof? I mean, just take a look at their actual social media. Really, the only social media or advertising they do is on TikTok, and everything, even recently, is centered on games that came out last year, even late in the year last year. I mean, their first release of 2024 was, in fact, X-Men 97, and they're still doing Instagram Reels trying to advertise X-Men 97, so it's possible we may be getting a rerun or more cabinets available of X-Men 97 in 2025. On top of that, we've got more NBA Jam that they're showcasing here, which could be because they still have Slim Katie's, available to purchase. Nobody with a common sense at all actually bought one. And then you've got Mortal Kombat here a lot. It seems like their focus is on all the exact same games they currently have out. So my concept is they have an existing product line right now. They don't have money to go out and acquire new IPs or do new licensing agreements or anything like that. I think we're just going to get more and more of the product that they already have over and over again. I think that's a pretty safe bet for expectations for Arcade1Up in 2025. Now, there is some other stuff I can go and harp on a little bit about, kind of like the way they're a little bit offensive with their advertising. They've done some good stuff here. Like if you take a look at some of the ads they've done, like kids playing Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, the stuff they did with the claw machine, you know what? All that is pretty good stuff. But if you go further back, some of the ads here, I'm a fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I don't know, man. It seems like the advertising, especially this one that I bring up all the time about the Sex and the City girls, seems like the advertising is more aligned with bringing in new customers outside the, typical age range of the big fan, anywhere from 35 to 60. They're looking to bring in a new, younger audience. They're looking to grow the brand not by creating new product that's going to make people interested. They're looking to grow the brand by continuing to offer their existing product and finding new fans and new people that would potentially be interested in the traditional lineup, Pac-Man, NBA Jam, Golden Tee, those kind of games. So anyways, guys, this is just my theory on what Arcade1Up is doing in 2025, maximizing the existing pieces they have in place, hoping to find new audience members, new people to buy their existing product line, and not really going outside the box or bringing anything new out. I know that's not what the community wants to hear. That's not what fans want to hear. That's not what I want to hear. I mean, I want to see new product. I want to see exciting stuff. I want to see shit like a Paperboy cab. I want to see a 720 cab. I want to see all that cool stuff, but I'm not holding out much hope for that this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a continuation of what we've seen in the first quarter of 2025 so far, which is reruns like Fast and Furious, potential reruns like these two classic cabs, or rehashes like these two classic cabs look like they could be, some kind of special edition Pac-Mans to celebrate the anniversary. Now, not all hope is lost. I mean, Arcade1Up aren't dead, and, you know, Glenn calls them Arcade1Up. That might be the case, but at the same time, it's very easy for them to turn things around and re-engage with their longtime existing customer base. All it really takes is one product. We just saw that with Iconic Arcade. They made their announcement, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, this brand is serious, there's excitement for it. All it takes is one product. So if Arcade1Up comes out tomorrow and announces they're doing like an MK XL cab or a Star Wars XL cab, that completely flips the narrative and we're excited again. Anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments, what do you think of this potential roadmap from Arcade1Up in 2025? Does it make sense to you where they are in a tough financial position? They're probably just going to continue to produce their existing lineup and try to find a new audience? Or do you think this is just a blip in the radar and new games are coming? Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.